Okay, I think I got this going here. Hey everybody, it is January 1st, so the beginning of a new year, 2021, and we have all these puppies asleep on the ground right by me. So we've been playing with them, just having a good time, and these pups are all tuckered out. We've been doing our final kind of thoughts and observations about them, and so I'm gonna scooch over here for a second, trade spots, and so you can see them better. Get me out of the way here. So we have this fun little play area that we've made for them, outdoor play area. It's still covered, so even when it's raining they still get their exercise. We had a little bit of snow right at Christmas, and that was fun for our kids and whatnot. It got pretty cold around Christmas, but the pups did great. We've got them nice and cozy and keep them warm and taken care of. So anyways, I'm gonna continue with this pick video. We will share more about each individual pup. So as I go through this, you're gonna see them wake up and kind of have fun that way with them a little bit. But I wanted to take this moment and kind of show them all side by side, make sure you know who's who. We got light pink over here, Miss White over here, dark pink on the end. Down here is dark purple, Mr. Brown right here, and light purple right here, and yellow, Miss Yellow, and neon green, and Mr. Orange right here. So before I start waking these guys up and interrupting their nap, I just wanted to give you kind of a big overview of the pups and some of their personality differences. In general, we see pups in a litter. They want to test things with each other, and so generally speaking, you have some pups kind of rise to the top. They want to be a little bit more assertive and whatnot. And then you have other pups that are happy to let them be assertive and rise to the top, and then other pups that are a little bit more mellow and are happy to take the back seat in kind of play situations and whatnot. So in general, families want to know which pups are a little bit more dominant and which pups are a little bit more submissive, and so I'll share that information with you here, and then also a little bit about their energy levels. Excuse me, I got a little bit of a cough. I don't think it's COVID, so haven't been tested, but I do have a cough. I got a cough a little bit before Christmas, so I apologize if I'm sniffling a little bit here. Just feels like a head cold. So personality wise, a few observations are the purples, dark purple and light purple, are generally a little bit more reserved pups, from the standpoint that they will retreat a little bit and kind of look for mama if there's a new situation where they might feel unsafe, or if there's a loud noise or something like that. They've both shown to want to kind of, oh, where's mama? I need my safety zone, and that's around mama. And so that's dark purple and light purple. They're both pretty close together with that. Of the boys, they're very even as far as temperament goes. I wouldn't say that one is necessarily like dominant and one is necessarily like submissive. They're kind of middle of the road in with the rest of their siblings. Miss Green, she has probably the one that we would say is a little bit more assertive and wants to take control in situations. And then in this particular case, it's not always the case, but she's a little bit more higher energy as well. So she's kind of a little bit more zippy and higher energy than her siblings. So Miss Green is kind of the more dominant, more assertive, a little bit more confident one. And then purple, the dark purple and light purple are a little bit more reserved in that regard. I will mention, I think light pink here is one that I would classify as a little bit less. All puppies can kind of be little rascals at times. You know, they'll be a little bit mischievous and things like that. Light pink is a little bit less of a rascal, mischievous, and so I'll mention that. All of the others I would classify as middle of the road as far as temperament goes, and that means you know, among their litter mates, they're just kind of the middle between those in those categories. And so that's just kind of a big overview of personalities and energy levels. I will mention one item on energy levels, and that is that Vizslas in general are going to be higher energy than a high energy dog of other breeds. That means a low energy Vizsla is probably would probably be classified as a high energy puppy from another breed. So even a low energy Vizsla is going to display, you know, high energy levels and whatnot. So they just need a lot of exercise. They need playtime. They need vigorous, mentally stimulating activities to keep them busy and whatnot. Kind of keep their mischievous natures occupied. Otherwise, they will kind of find those things to do that you may not appreciate. And so, anyways, so that is kind of my overall thoughts on these pups and our observations over the last several weeks. Now that their personalities are emerging and you can see more about each one. Color-wise, you can kind of get a good feel for them here together as they lay down. I will mention that, you know, if they're laying on their side or their stomachs, then you're going to see a lighter side of that. But if they're on their if their backs are up, then you'll see kind of their coat colors a little bit better. So Miss Yellow continues to be the lighter of the group, and Miss Purple is on the darker side of things, and then the other pups are kind of in the middle there. Mr. Orange, he's a little bit lighter, a more even coat, light coat, and then Mr. Brown of the boys, he's also a darker color. Can't tell that from him laying down here on his side with his tummy poking up towards us, but he's also a little bit darker. So anyways, I'm going to kind of flip the camera around, reposition a few things so I can handle the pups a little bit and show them off to you and tell you about each one individually as far as their markings, and hold them up and give them an up-close shot with the camera. So hold on one second while I get this tripod set up. Okay, I'm back. I think I've got this situated where hopefully this will work out. You can still see all the pups pretty much. We got Miss Pink way over here on the side. You might not be able to see her super well. I'll turn this momentarily so you can see where she's saying she wants to be on the show. She's moving over. So you can see the others. We've got Miss Yellow out here to the side and Mr. Orange down in here. So they're the ones on the edges there if you can't see them really well. But I'm just going to start at the top of the list of my papers and go through those. That way I can be sure that I don't miss anybody. So it's not really in any particular order, and we'll just start at the top and work our way down. So first off, we've got Mr. Brown. He's right here in the middle. At birth he was 0.97 pounds, and right now he is 7.25 pounds. So he actually happens to be the largest pup of the group still, and so he's kind of a heavy hitter. He's not necessarily oversized. He's definitely the full size that we look for coming out of Willow and Cliff. And so he's going to kind of open his eyes a tiny bit for the camera here. You can see if I can hold him good in front of the camera. Welcome, Mr. Brown. Did you wake up a little bit? Yeah, good boy. So he continues to have the large marking on his chest, and I'll see if I can roll him out for that on the video. And then very slight, still so slight, small marking underneath his chin on his neck. And then he'll still have the marking with some lighter color down here in his groin area, and then his back left paw still marked, heavily marked there, and then his front right paw still has a few hairs there that are marked. So Mr. Brown, he's the big guy at 7.25 pounds. And then he started out big and he's maintained that, so doing really good that way. Mr. Orange down here, we'll do him next. So he started out at 0.74 pounds and he weighed in at 7.01 pounds. So he tipped the 7 pound mark, and he's got the little bit lighter color from the boys' side of things. And if I tip him back, get him in the shot here. So when he was born, he had kind of that light mark on his chest. He'll still have a few of those there, and then very light marking down in his groin area as well. And so try to get him to look at the camera, see if he'll wake up enough to do that. Do you want to look at the camera? Mr. Orange, this is your time to shine. Say hello to the camera. So his paws continue to be solid. See his back left and back right, and then his front left and front right are also solid. So that is Mr. Orange. So next we're gonna do Miss White, and she's hiding over here. So she was at 0.61 pounds. Oh, what's going on over here? Somebody laying down on you, Miss Yellow? Miss Yellow was protesting being a pillow there for a second. So Miss White was 0.61 pounds at birth, and if you're kind of funny with numbers, she is 6.1 pounds now. So 0.61 to start with, and now she's 6.1 on her size now. So she's doing great with her growth patterns. She's not the smallest pup, as she's been coming along very well with her size. So she continues to be a little more solid with her markings. We don't see the light colored hairs on her chest or her neck, and so she continues to be solid now, and will likely remain and continue so with that. So her back left and back right paws are solid, and then her front right, front left paws are solid. So that is Miss White. So next up, we're going to go with Dark Pink, and she has stood up and wandered off. She went to go get a drink. So let me step away from the camera here for a second. She went, oh, maybe she's going to come back. Here she comes. She's taking a potty break. Hold on one second. Give her a second. She's doing a pee-pee. Good girl, Miss Pink. Good girl. Oh, she's headed back to the water bowl. Hold on one second. I gotta go get her. Okay, we're back here. So here is Dark Pink. So she's back from her water break after taking her nap. Maybe she'll smile for the camera. You gonna sniff up there? Sniff at it, huh? Good girl. Yeah. So this is Dark Pink. At birth, she was 0.81 pounds. And right now, she is 6.39 pounds. She continues to have her light marking on her chest, very small. And then on her neck area, there's probably a very light marking still there on her neck. And then as I turn her over and show off her back paws, she has the heavy marking on her back left paw, and then the heavy marking on her back right paw. So she'll have some cute little stockings there, and then on her front paws there's a few light hairs in between some toes here, so she's got very lightly marked front paws on her left and right. So that is Miss Dark Pink, 0.81 pounds at birth and is now 6.39 pounds for her overall weight. And so next we will do Light Pink, and she is still snuggling away over here. And we'll wake her up. Sorry, Miss Pink. Sorry. So this is Light Pink, and at birth she was 0.85 pounds, and she is now 6.59 pounds. So this is Miss Light Pink, and she continues to have the big bold mark on her chest, very pretty there, and very slight mark up on her neck area, and then on her toes, her back left is heavily marked and small on the back right, not quite as many toes there, but still very defined marking on her back right paws. And then her front paws, I think, are still showing as pretty clear and solid there. So this is Light Pink, 0.85 pounds at birth and 6.59 pounds now at 5 weeks old. So we'll lay her back down and see if she wants to go back to sleep. And we're going to do Dark Purple. Miss White over here chewing on Dark Purple's collar. Making a toy out of that. So, okay, Miss Dark Purple, you're next. Come show everybody who you are, and you get to be the star of the show for the moment. So this is Dark Purple. At birth she was 0.92 pounds, so she was pretty big at birth. She hasn't necessarily maintained that growth pattern like some of the others. She's 5.93 pounds, so not the smallest of the females, but she could have been a little bit bigger. But she's kind of taken after her mom a little bit. Mama Willow is not as vigorous of an eater, and so we see that with her pups actually as well. They tend to be a little bit more slender and tall in the long run. So dark purple, 0.92 pounds at birth, and she's now 5.93 pounds. Still doing good that way. She's got some wood chips on her. Gotta brush those off. So dark purple has ever so slight maybe mark on her neck. That actually, I'm having a hard time picking that out now. So, but it could be there. We wanted to say that she had some small spots on her back left toes, and not necessarily seeing much there with any of her toes. She might have some light spots develop with her adult coat, but we're not seeing hardly anything at this time. So before we were seeing a few light hairs around her groin area and on her neck and on her back left, but she's looking pretty solid at this time. So her coat colors have kind of evened out. Those very lightly marked areas are hardly noticeable, so wouldn't surprise us if she continues that trend with her adult coat and some of those markings just don't manifest with her adult coat. So that is dark purple. So next we'll pick out Miss Light Purple here. She's snuggling away, still laying down. Now I gotta be the mean guy and wake her up from her nap. So this is Light Purple, and at birth she was 0.72 pounds, and she is now 5.9 pounds. So Light Purple happens to be smallest of the crew, but not by a whole lot. So 5.9 is not that much smaller than her color litter mate of dark purple. So they are just very, very close in size, but slightly different. So 5.9 pounds on Light Purple. So as I go through and show you her colors, I'm going to tip her back again and bring her into the camera. So she still has those light markings on her chest, both sides there. And then on her neck, she may have some small markings over time right around her collar area. And then on her back left paw has some defined markings there. So her other paws appear to be clear. So that is Miss Light Purple. So we will let her down and she might just go right back to sleep. We'll see. And next up we have Neon Grain, who I affectionately call Little Miss Zippy. So she's the one that likes to kind of zip around a little bit more energetic. So at birth she was 0.79 pounds, and now she is 6.92 pounds. So she has been a little bit more vigorous eater and is growing very well, and pretty big for the girls side of things. So I'm going to roll her back. At birth she was hardly marked at all, maybe just some very light, slight markings in her groin area, and so I can't see anything as far as that goes with her. She on her paws, she's looking pretty clear, left and right on her paws, and then front paws are looking clear. So she, along with dark purple, appear to be quite solid now along with white. We're just not seeing hardly any of the markings that we were suspicious of at birth with green. And so she's just a wonderful pup as well, little Miss Zippy. So that's green. And last but not least, Miss Yellow. We'll bring her out to front and center here. You're next, Miss Yellow. So she's the lighter of the gals, and at birth she was 0.66 pounds, and now she is 5.95 pounds. So she's just right there with dark purple and light purple as far as size goes. And I will kind of roll her over, let you see her. At birth there was just a very slight marking on her chest. That's gonna probably remain even with her lighter coat. And then on her neck, the lighter marking might manifest, but with her lighter coat we're not seeing it hardly at all right now. So she's just a very light colored pup, and her markings are just not showing up. So her paws are looking clear and everything that way. So this is Miss Yellow, just a darling pup. She's got a little bit of sleep in her eye right now after going to sleep. Should we wipe your eyes? How's that? There you go. Good girl. So that is all the pups for you. We got a good play video of them the other day, and now you can see the other side of them, that after they've played and played and played, then they just want to hang out, relax a little bit, have a drink, have a little bite to eat, and then just hang out with each other and munch on each other, take a nap, and just relax. So these pups are all doing great. We're excited to have the families start the selection process, and it's always fun for us to find out who picks what pup, and we're always anxious to see that and see them all line up and match up with their new families. So let us know if you have any specific questions about a couple of the pups. If you're having a hard time narrowing it down, we're happy to do that. Oh, I did want to mention a couple of things. Structure wise, these pups are quite similar. We're not seeing a real big, huge difference in some of their structures. They've all kind of picked up with their mom's and dad's build, which is a little bit of the taller, leaner build, not quite as wide and blocky as some of our other Vizslas, and so they're just kind of that similar build to mom and dad that way. I did want to mention that. Sometimes we'll see a pup that just stands out because they're a little bit wider across the skull, a little bit more blocky build, and these guys are quite proportional to their overall body size as far as their overall build and whatnot that way. So that's kind of my final concluding thought to share with you. I didn't want to forget that. So we wanted to share these with you and answer other questions that you guys have as your turn comes up, and then we'll kind of keep in touch that way and go from there. So it's been fun to do this little video. We hope you've appreciated it, and we look forward to hearing from everybody. Have a good day.